The Tommy Marren Show, brought to you by First Choice Credit Unions. Your first choice since 1966. 094 90 22969 or firstchoicecreditunion.ie.
I think we all like to know how the other half live, whether they are millionaires, whether they are pop stars, whether they're just tycoons, whatever it might be. And whether it's Louis Walsh or Rory Panty O'Neill or Paris Hilton, or it could be Lindsay Lohan, whoever it might be. We always love to know what really makes these people tick. And there is this wonderful book called Beyond the Spotlight. It's the work of best-selling author and writer, Ballinrobe man Alan Murphy, who explores the world of fame and celebrity. And Beyond the Spotlight is his debut book, and it is doing extremely well for him. And I think if you're looking for a nice little Christmas stocking filler this Christmas, then this is one to look out for. I've got Alan on the line now. Alan, good morning.
Tommy, good morning. It's so great to be on the show, and thanks for the lovely introduction.
No problem. Well, you know, that €50 went a long way.
I know, Tommy, it was great.
By the way, listeners, that's a joke. Thanks for joining us. The book, by the way, is available at the Castle Bookshop in Castlebar, Smith's in Claremorris, and signed copies in Martin Murphy's newsagents in your own hometown of Ballinrobe. How the heck did you get into the company of all of these celebs?
It's so funny, Tommy, because I've been working in the showbiz industry for over a decade now, and it started off, I still work for Galway Bay FM, and then I started off working for maybe local newspapers and magazines and kind of worked my way up over the years. And the more and more I kind of worked my way up, I got to interview the bigger and bigger celebrities. And I'm very persistent. I never take no for an answer, Tommy, so I kind of pays off in this industry because I just kept hounding people until I got a few yeses and got to interview some of the people I wanted to meet.
So neck goes a long way.
Oh, such a long way.
Yeah.
It's the longest way.
So just rhyme off 8 or 10 or 12 of the celebs in this book.
Yeah, well, there's such a great mix. I wanted to make sure I had Irish celebrities, especially when I'm from Mayo. That's why I went after Louis Walsh, who I had interviewed several times. And, of course, Rory Panty O'Neill is such a big, big success story from Ballinrobe, too. And then Hollywood-wise, there's Charlize Theron in the book. There's people like Lindsay Lohan, Janice Dickinson, Enrique Iglesias, all these kind of people. So there's a great mix from Irish to American. And that's what I wanted to really make sure I had in the book.
Where did you meet Enrique?
I met him, actually, he was in Dublin. He was over for the Meteor Awards, which aren't on anymore. So I met him and had a sit-down interview with him there. And he ended up being one of the coolest, funniest, really down-to-earth guys. He was so different to what I thought he'd be. If
I was to ask you to pick a celeb that you liked the most, what one would it be?
I always say Janice Dickinson, because I think she comes across so crazy and she's very vulgar. She's got a very bad mouth in her, but she actually ended up being really sweet and quite motherly, and I got to spend a couple of days with her when I was in LA, and she ended up being probably the most surprising of everyone I've ever met, and she was great. Most people have been really, really good. The funny thing is, probably the least person would be our own Louis Walsh, who I didn't really warm to a lot.
Come on. Alan, please.
I know I shouldn't say that on Midwest.
You have sunk Kilchamoss hearts. But anyway, we shall thrive on. And I know that you, as well, when you interviewed these stars, it wasn't all fluff and cotton wool stuff you were asking them.
No, I'd love, especially, it's funny because I don't do as much interviews as I did. Kind of the book has been a whole kind of accumulation of the last decade. And even when I was looking back on interviews I did when I was doing my work for the book, even I was surprised at some of the things I asked. I don't think I have the same maybe neck now as I did back then. I suppose that I was a little bit younger. Yeah, but even I interviewed LaToya Jackson, and it was all about Michael Jackson and his plastic surgery and so many different topics there. And I just really went for it. I think I got a lot of confidence the more interviews I did.
And did some of the celebs say, hold on, back off here now, young Murphy, I'm not going there?
Oh, 100%. The red tape you have to go through is absolutely insane. I suppose the bigger the celebrity, the harder it is to kind of ask the questions you want. You have to be very careful as well, because while the world is such a big place, Hollywood and all that, it's run by these very few publicists. So if you fall out with one publicist or ask a question you don't want, you'll never get any of their clients again. So you kind of find that happy medium of asking some of the questions you like, where you can push it a little bit, but make sure you never go too far with that, over the top question. Plus, I'd always, you'd want to kind of have your morals as well. I wouldn't want to be too in your face either, or asking things that would just be inappropriate.
Okay, well, I know it's been in the top 10 Amazon bestseller books of the year, beating the likes of Cheryl Cole and Charlotte Crosby, to name but a few. So this is definitely good. Is it also got some pics of the stars there as well?
Yeah, there's so many photos in it. It's such a lovely book. I'm with actually an Athenry-based company, Book Hub, and they made such a great job off the book. There's a lot of photos of the stars and me through the book, and it's great. And the best place to get it is Martin Murphy's, because it's my father's shop in Ballinrobe. So that's why there's side copies.
Get the plug. So if you want a copy of it, Beyond the Spotlight by our own man from Ballinrobe, Alan Murphy, it's available, as you mentioned, signed copies in Martin Murphy's newsagents in Ballinrobe, but it's also at Smith's Bookshop in Claremorris. The Castle Bookshop in Castlebar have it as well. So it's nice to support one of our own in terms of his decision to write a book. Is there another one in the offering?
Definitely. It's going to be a different book. I'm going to start working on it at some point next year. It's going to have a little bit of a celebrity influence. It's going to be a bit different to this one. But I'm looking forward to getting back. This is the most fun I've ever had writing something, so I couldn't imagine now not writing a book. Brilliant.
Well, listen, it's also available, by the way, on Amazon, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. The ebook is on Amazon, yeah.
Okay, Beyond the Spotlight. It's by Alan Murphy. Alan, thank you very much for joining us.
Tommy, you're the greatest. Thank you so much for having me on the show. We'll
Not
talk
at all.
to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Happy Christmas.
You too.